Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome with first time, all around. Welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a Fiverr Pro verified copywriter and branding expert for about the past 7 years. And in today's Freelance Friday video, I'm going to be giving some of my tips and advice on creating quick responses within Fiverr. I've actually been on the Fiverr platform for so long that I was using quick responses before they were even invented. I remember back in the day, I had just a notes app on my phone that I always had created these little messages, and I would have to exit the app from Fiverr, actually manually copy them, and then paste them in because I knew that it would save me more time if I just wrote them all out ahead of time. I decided what I wanted to say, and I got used to just copy and pasting. And then finally, I don't know if Fiverr just caught on to the fact that everyone was doing this, or that they decided that was a worthy feature to include in the platform. But I'm so glad that they did create quick responses, so you can use that little lightning bolt and send fast replies without having to type them out manually each time. I kind of touched on this topic a couple weeks ago in a Freelance Friday video, and someone commented and asked me to do a dedicated video with some specific tips and tricks for that. Thanks for commenting and asking. Everything just based on my own personal experience as a Fiverr Pro seller. So you might not agree completely with my quick response method. That's okay. Come up with your own and see what works for your business. But I personally have been using these strategies, again, like I said, since before the quick responses even existed on the platform. I've been doing this, and it's been working for me so far over those 7 years. It's been a while. So I think they work. Hopefully they work for you, and I wish you the best of luck. As always, if you have questions for a future Freelance Friday video, please be sure to comment that down below. I can't always guarantee that I'll be able to speak on every topic or that I want to, but I will try to do my best. And also thank you so much if you are a subscriber. If you're not subscribed yet, please be sure to do so. You're helping my tiny, tiny little channel grow, and it means the world to me. So thank you. All right, let's get into it. Tip number one, as I'm pretty sure I mentioned in a previous video, knowing what you actually want to make quick responses about can be a little difficult. How do you know the things that are actually going to save you time and that you say over and over again? So I recommend just keeping a list of the questions that people constantly ask you, and also the things that you just find yourself typing out long blurbs of information for. Short things I type by hand. You're not going to want a quick response every single thing, but there are definitely some things that when it's a big chunk of text, you just don't have time and you don't have the sanity, and it's not worth it to type that out every single time. So make sure you keep a list, keep tallies, and just see what's actually worth it for that and what's not, because the longer your list of quick responses is, the harder it's going to be able to find the specific message you want. So it's just kind of a balance of making sure that it's actually useful things to send out to people and not overwhelming list of things that are just one-off individual cases. Tip number two, I recommend starting your quick responses in a way that sounds like it's actually answering the message you got. I have mine set to always say, great, I can definitely help you with that. And then I go into the rest of the message, because that's almost always someone asks, hey, can you do this for me? This is what I need. And then I normally would reply, great, I can definitely help you with that. There are times that saying great doesn't really feel like the best fit. So in those cases, I'll change it to of course, or sure, or literally something that just feels like I'm actually replying to them, because you want to make it feel like you literally are replying to them, which you are, even though you've typed it in the past. But you want to make sure that it feels natural and genuine and not like you're just a robo reply. It just, I think, comes down to genuineness and the authenticity of a response, making sure that people feel like you are actually taking the time to get back to them. And again, I don't think you're cheating at all to use quick responses. It's just a way to be more efficient. So just make sure that you're setting them up so that they really match how you would normally speak, and that you're taking the time to actually customize them so that they really fit and feel, genuine.
Also forgot to mention, just think about any weird message you've gotten that as soon as you read it, you instantly know that it's just like a copy-paste robot message. It's like, you get that it's weird right off the bat. Things like, dear sir / madam. Like not a real genuine way to start a conversation with someone or reply to a question. So just think about all the weird stuff you've received that you instantly knew something was weird about it, and then do the opposite of that.
Related, make sure that you are personalizing them and that they are easy to personalize. So for example, with my product descriptions gig, I have them bundled in packages of 5 on my gig page. That is the easiest way to meet my pro required minimum value for orders, which I will talk about in a future Freelance Friday video about pro versus non-pro gigs and the pros and cons of that. But that's for another day. So in this case, have them packaged in 5. One of the biggest questions that I get is just about, well, what if I need a different quantity than 5? So the way that I have that quick response set up is that I have the first sentence is a greeting, the second sentence is just explaining that they are packages of 5 on the gig page, and then the third says, if you need a different quantity, then here's how that will work. So obviously I always read all of my messages. I don't just blindly send out responses. I read the fact that they said they know their packages of 5 and that's not what they need. So it would look stupid if I sent them the opening sentence that says, they are packages of 5. That would look like I didn't read their message. And so instead, I always just chop out the first 2 sentences and then change the first word from if you need a different quantity to since you need a different quantity. And that is so easy to personalize every single time. And I like that with that method, I can change the first word and the rest of the sentence is true. It's really important with your quick responses that they are easy to personalize, in that you know exactly what words to change to get different meanings for different people. And as a writer, I'm sure this will make a lot of sense to you. If you are not a writer, this might be a little more challenging to come up with those sentence flows that can fit different scenarios. But the more that you can create one quick response, you can easily answer different questions just by changing one word or getting rid of one sentence. Again, that'll just make your workflow and your messaging process so much faster. I probably have 30 messages a day on a high day, at least 15 every single day. And that's not counting, just order messages. If I don't have those quick response things set up, I'm gonna waste so much time that I could be spending on people's orders. So it's just so important to make your workflow as efficient as possible. I don't remember what number I'm on. I think it's 4. Hopefully this is right. I also recommend that you point them in the direction of their next steps and resources. So with my quick responses, I'm not only answering the actual question that they asked me, but I'm also answering all of those other common questions that I get all the time. So I'm not only pointing them into the direction of the gig page so that they can order, I'm also telling them to read the FAQ on the gig page, which is so important for working with me, because that outlines all of my style and service policies that people need to know before placing the order. And then I also answer questions like about my portfolios. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I was doing so good. I thought the allergies thing was gone. Okay, I'm not crying, I swear. Another common question that people ask is about portfolios. Again, whether they asked in that specific message or not, I want to point them in the direction so that they have all of the information they need before going into the ordering process with me. So I'm pointing them towards my YouTube channel for a sense of who I am and what I do. I'm also pointing them towards my portfolio website, carrieblogger.com, where they can see, again, info about me, portfolios, my reviews, things like that. I also just outline my track record. I make sure that I'm confidently stating what I have to offer and that I'm backing up the value that people are going to get when they order from me. I think that creates more of a well-rounded, proactive kind of approach that seems to serve me well. Very rarely do I have someone clap back at me and say, like, if I wanted a robo answer, I would have gone for a $5 robot gig or whatever. I don't know, that's not a real complaint. Very rarely someone will think that I'm just auto responding without reading. And then I always immediately say, I did read your message. I just wanted to give you extra information, and I'm sorry if it came across that way. I do care about your order, and if you have any other specific questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. So kind of giving a very, very personalized follow-up to the quick response, just in case it turns them off. But again, that's super rare. In my opinion and personal experience, people much prefer to have too much information and for me to be too open and transparent and on the ball, as if that's a bad thing, compared to only answering the one question that they have so that they have to keep coming back and asking more. I would rather give them all the information up front and just be 2 thumbs up about it, because that's the easiest way to be. And I kid you not, I really do have quick responses for every step of the order process. That's things like inquiries. I'll just look through this now. I have inquiry quick responses for all of my different gigs, and I've just named them as simply as I can. General common questions that are just answers outside of my regular answers, which is like my portfolio question if people just ask for that and I haven't sent it to them yet. Then I also have the most annoying on the planet is when people just say hi, and that I had been typing out a message to that way too long. So now I have one called Just Hi Q. What can I help you with? Feel free to leave a message even if I am not online, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And then my name and then links to my reference sites, because I was really tired of just typing that out every single time. And if you just say hi to someone and don't say anything else, you're so annoying. And then I have more than one, but I should probably trim them down. I didn't use them that much. I have some quick responses for the delivery at the end of the order. I had made them for different gigs based on what I was delivering, but now I basically just do one and then I just tweak a couple words here and there. And then some other random quick responses I have is I call it spam need help, and that's usually I send them links to all the things that I offer and ways that I can help them, but not hiring them. That's not going to happen. I also have one just for can't help if someone asks for something I don't offer. And I also, as I mentioned in a previous video, have one called after order rating, and that is my favorite message of all time. And I send this twice. I send this right after the order. Usually by the end of the day, I give them a couple hours to make sure people have had a chance to look at what I've delivered. And then if they haven't left a review and closed the order yet, I also send it to them the next day, just twice. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I so care that you're here, and I really hope that you are doing well in your freelance business and beyond. Let's get back to work.